Guys, just thought I'd do a quick review of a book I recently ordered. It's one that was heartily recommended to me by Paul Bretland at ISM as well as Mike Cohen. Just recently we sadly lost a well-known Panzer tank ace by the name of Otto Carius. Now, if anybody hasn't heard of him, which I doubt is very few of you tankies would have known about him. He was one of the highest scoring aces of the Second World War. Mike Cohen's actually made a few builds on some of the vehicles that he's driven throughout his career. And he recently built the Otto Carius Tiger, which he converted into his colleague, fellow Tiger ace Hellman in a recent Tiger Group build, Dio. It's quite a thick book, which I was quite surprised and bigger than I thought. It's in Otto Carius' own words, but I think it was partly authorised, partly written by one of his colleagues who used to be in the same battalion as him. On the front of the book, you can see that there's a group photo of Otto as well. I think it's Zwertweg, who was a co-author of this book, taken of him in his first Tiger in a similar battalion. It's quite a highly detailed book, very comprehensive, and takes you right from his childhood through to when he got into the Panzer Brigade. I think he was actually Hungarian. I may be wrong, but unlike Wickman, I don't think he was a full-fledged Nazi. He joined it basically just to safeguard himself, I think, and then it ended up with quite a war record. He fought all the way from the Blitzkrieg right through to the end of the war, and when he retired he actually bought himself a little bakery which he owned right up until he died recently and ran in France. As I say, it's quite a comprehensive book, very thick, written in Otto's own words. Here is actually a well-known picture of Otto when he was awarded the Knight's Cross. I was thinking of getting this one some months earlier and seeing if we could get Otto to sign it, but he didn't work out that way. God rest his soul. Yes, I know he was on the side of the German army, but as I said, he wasn't a full-fledged Nazi. Not all of them were bad guys, and Otto was one of them. Okay. There's quite a comprehensive few illustrations here. There's a few shots when Otto went to collect his first Tiger and basically test drove it at the Henschel works, as it were, as you can see here. And here is this same photograph again, which you can see. I think if I look, it's with Oberfeldwebel Rudolf Zwetti, who is the co-author of this book. Okay, and his own crew. And this is one of him testing it again on the actual works, or actually I think it was part of the Russian campaign. And then there's another nice shot of him and his colleagues. I think this is Major Willie Yadi. He was the battalion commander at that time. And obviously there's a nice shot of Otto in the cupola of his own Tiger. Okay. There's some earlier shots. One of Otto in his first mount, which was the Panzer 38T. And then obviously one of him during the Battle of, I think it was, hang on, is it saying here? Duneberg, south of Duneberg. So I think it left a spot up in your history on that one. And here's a nice shot of Panzer 3s and 4s, as you can see there, taken from Otto's Panzer 3. Okay. And Hang on, let me just have a little look here. This is when he was fighting out in Barbarossa. He came through across a few T30 wrecked T-34s, as you can see here. And there's a BT-17 as well, or BT-7, as you can see. Okay. And this is taken from his Panzer III. And another shot there, as you can see. And this was at Smolensk in July 41. It's about a month into the Barbarossa operation. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. I do apologise. That was unexpected. As I say, there's quite a few nice detailed photographs here if you wanted to do a diorama. And I think this is Otto with the 92nd Artillery Regiment of the 20th Panzer Division. Yeah, it's with his colleague Young, who was killed unfortunately 4 weeks after this picture was taken in spring of 42. And then this is Oberfriedel Schimmel, one of his colleagues, and that was taken in spring 42. Okay, and he was given the Iron Cross First Class. Okay, and this is a rare shot of Schiller's Tiger, and that was taken on the road in March. Okay, and there's another one of Otto's Tiger being tested out, as you can see there. And this one was a shot of him taken in around about autumn 42. Handsome devil, wasn't he? Yeah. As I say, this is a shot of his well-known colleague, Feldwebel Hermann, who was well known as the hero of Russia because he kept getting his tigers stuck in the mud. You know, so they thought, oh, well, that's one less tiger we've got to worry about, so they called him the hero of Russia. And as you can see here, this is taken from a shot of what, if you recognise from Mike Cohen's last Dio, is of Hermann's tiger stuck in the mud, as you can see there. In fact, that is the very tiger. If you look at the pennant number, it's 212. And this is where they were trying to actually sort of tow it out of the mud. And this one was taken of Otto once he'd actually been awarded his Knight's Cross, and this was around about May 44. Okay, and this is the most well-known one of him with his Knight's Cross again. But as I say, I've not actually read the book about Otto's career in the Panzer Brigade. From what Mike and Paul have told me, it is a superb book. It's definitely one you can't put down. I actually, funnily enough, put in a bid for the Otto Karius Tiger the other week, but unfortunately missed it by a whisker's breadth. But that's the risk you take when you sort of bid on eBay. But it would have been nice to have had an Otto Karius Tiger and moustache, but that wasn't meant to be. I did do a previous video where I'd had a slight unfortunate accident with knocking this little puppy, but sigh of relief, guys, and for yourself, Mike, she's okay, no damage done. Okay. Anyway, as I say, I'm very much looking forward to reading this book. It is a series of books that you can actually get on the campaign on the German side during the Second World War. The next two that I'm going to get is of Michael Whitman. That's one of 2 books, so yeah, I shall look forward to getting that one as well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, subscribe. If you didn't, okay, fair enough. Not my problem. I won't say what, Sebastian said in one of his previous videos, because the ladies might be watching. Anyway, until then, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll see you on the next video.